Hello everybody, welcome to your live watch along of Chelsea versus Charlotte FC in pre-season US Tour. Let's go and get the win.
So with that in mind, let's bring in my co-commentator for the very first time tonight. Good evening, Sam Parker.
Good evening.
Before we go on to get Sam's thoughts throughout this game, how about we just give you a quick reminder of what...
Sorry if I'm a bit late for streaming. The game was delayed by an hour. I'll give you guys the lineups now. This is your Chelsea lineup. It's Mendy, James, Silva, Emerson, Hudson-Odoi, Jorginho, Kovacic, Alonso, Ziyech, Batshuayi, and Pulisic on your benches. Sherman, Loyal, Aspilicueta, Chilwell, Ampadu, Colwell, Chalobah, Sarr, Kennedy, Gallagher, Mount, Sterling, and Havertz. That is your Chelsea team to play Charlotte today. And then this is your Charlotte team for today, folks. And hopefully it'll be a good game.
Always told not to play direct straight back to the goal, so something they'll have to work on at this early part of the season. That is just phenomenal. It doesn't get much better from Mason Mount. Absolutely.
He's got it in his locker.
Yeah.
He's so good in situations like that. Really made it count.
I think, yeah.
Is building. Christian Fuchs, you can see the captain of Charlotte FC just rallying the troops before they head out. Sam, just wanted to get your thoughts because, as Lee mentioned at the top of the show,
The type of stadium it is.
How much or how excited are you about seeing the forward in a Chelsea shirt?
Yeah, very much so. I think everyone in that stadium has probably added an extra element,
Wow.
if you like, that signing in the last few days. I think everyone of the Chelsea persuasion will be really excited given how good he's been over such a long period.
We'll be wearing our away kit today, which will be last season's.
For the top flight in England, in the Chelsea squad. Sometimes it's the unknown, isn't it? Kai Havertz took a little bit of time to settle. Werner, you could argue that some of the players are still bedding in that have been there a year or two. So you would like to think.
That's why I said we should have had we should have had our new away kit if we had one to be out earlier, because they should have known this was going to be a kit clash from the start, because they should know that they play in blue.
Front three, Raheem Sterling can play across the line as well.
Yeah, and an out-and-out winger as well.
And what's the point of wearing an old kit where they're not even going to actually wear for the season? It makes it like pointless.
So gives a slightly different element, and I'm sure this season there'll be the opportunity to be a little bit more flexible. There's going to be a vast amount of games.
Oh God, they're wearing the yellow kit.
I think that signing possibly.
That shows how bad we are when we're wearing last season's kit.
I think that's going to do that, and Conor Gallagher, I think, being back in the fold, he can obviously play one of those two positions in the midfield, but
It's too right.
pushed on as a more orthodox number 8. So I think the personnel is giving the manager some nice options. This obviously very
Yeah.
new campaign.
Of course, Conor Gallagher, another one of the names on the bench who we're expecting to see at some point this evening. Interesting as well, Thomas Tuchel mentioned before the game and the pre-match press conference all about how Club America, that was about the physicality, but this one's going to be much more about the tactical side of it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Still, coming through unscathed, getting the minutes in the legs. There'll be
Minutes in. Oh yeah, definitely minutes in the legs.
How long and how many competitive minutes they've had. That's all the most important thing right at this stage.
Go on, let's go and get this win.
To see what the shape is, if there's any kind of alterations from last season. So that's something I'll be keeping my eye across. But the players will be really delighted to be out there in front of a really good crowd again. There was a test the other day.
I'm lucky they're not playing Bettinelli, who doesn't know how to judge a back pass.
Their season, so physically, Charlotte going to be in better nick, and it's up to the Chelsea players to match that intensity.
Well, after facing one of North America's most established football clubs on Saturday, Thomas Tuchel's side now meets the continent's newest top-flight team. Tonight's hosts only made their MLS debut in February, but set a league attendance record here just 1 month later when more than 74,000 watched their very first home game. And with the world champions in town, it's no surprise to see a similarly lively atmosphere ahead of kick-off tonight, with fans road tripping across the country to watch football's very best up close.
That's one big pitch. I'm glad we don't do this in our country. You better play good net at the start of the season, you pussick. And stop getting injured all the time. Because he gets injured too much. He gets injured too regularly and too much. Very, very patriotic singing the national anthem before each every sporting event.
You can see just how much it meant to Christian Pulisic as well, being able to sing the national anthem with his people for his club side. Jorginho and Christian Fuchs, the captains
Christian Fuchs.
for this evening's test. Christian Fuchs, just the one win against Chelsea. Came in his very first appearance against them. Of course, some 8 or so months later, he was lifting the Premier League trophy. That 5,000 to 1 Leicester City side.
You better not lose, guys. That is a strong lineup to start with.
Let's take a look at the hosts then, and the most notable inclusion, as mentioned, comes at left back. Christian Fuchs was a key member of Leicester City's 2015-16 Premier League winning side.
Oh, baby, that is such a name.
Ben Bender was the first overall selection in this year's MLS Super Draft. He's the main man to look out for.
Ben Bender.
And up front, Peruvian scored a brace against Inter Miami on Sunday.
Nice.
The first of which came after just 25 seconds. Get the opportunity to run you through Chelsea's side. That's why he is the man. An interesting selection from Thomas Tuchel, who has
Oh, it's hilarious.
It's an orthodox back line that starts in front of the returning Edouard Mendy. Thiago Silva as Reece James and Emerson either side of him. Callum Hudson-Odoi and Marcus Alonso are expected to provide the width. Up front, as mentioned, Michy Batshuayi supported.
Come on, Mitchy, show us what you're capable of.
American himself, Christian Pulisic. New signing, Raheem Sterling.
He should have a Batman mask, and when he scores, he puts it on.
But for someone like Christian Pulisic, Sam, being able to do all of this pre-season in front of his
Good for
fans,
Good for it, Pulisic.
to build some confidence going into the
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be enjoying the trip. Playing in front of thousands of people.
Oh my God.
Pre-season for him, as it is for all the players. But Pulisic's start ended last season.
Whoever for Chelsea has done this stream or anything, they don't know how to spell Sterling. They spelled his name wrong. Because I've got. It's just funny how they spell it because it's completely wrong.
So we're on.
Sterling's not. He's on the bench.
America Stadium. Kovacic, the first
He's
touches
Ben Bender.
for Chelsea before Mendy helps on its way.
Ben Bender. I can quickly have a pop and Bender. It doesn't actually. He's number 15.
Ovation almost every time he touches the ball tonight. Kovacic looking to go on.
Oh, his name's called Ben Bender. If you want to know, his name's called BB.
He's dispossessed though. Charlotte to get gains forward on the right hand side. Certainly one to watch. A very quick winger. Charlotte number 17.
Can't believe they.
Alonso.
Yeah, they definitely spelled his name wrong.
A bit more.
It doesn't. Sterling's name does not have two E's in. It has one E. So Americans learn how to spell.
Invitation. Hudson-Odoi. Interesting to see already.
And these are gonna be sweating like absolute hell.
Same on the other side as well with Emerson.
Yeah, it's been very,
Oh,
much more comfortable going toward the opponent's goal.
oh.
Right, left-hand side as it's Reece James, although great flexibility.
15. That's his squad number. BB. As I'm just trying to figure out if I can find where he is.
True pre-season tour. And it's now
So when they do their lineups, they don't really
19.
know where he plays. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Used to be drawn into a discussion about his preferred position this week because it was asked of him whether he wanted to play as a right wing back or an orthodox right back in a back four or maybe even the right side of the back three.
As I'm just trying to look out for his number.
Which I suppose is the answer that we're after.
Yeah, I mean, it's been fantastic in all positions. Even if he played in the middle of the park, I think he's that good. So we
Come on, Chels.
Gaines for the cross. Blocked. Well on that far side.
Oh, he plays in midfield.
Jalen Lindsay to take this throw in towards Swiderski. And Sergio Ruiz. Actually, Charlotte FC's first signing. Spent the previous couple of years out on loan back in Spain.
He plays in midfield. Aha, funny.
His footing and losing out to yellow wall that is Chelsea at the back. And here's Kovacic. Pulisic.
Come on.
Space really good in these wide positions early on, and Alonso is allowed to
Oh, that's a ball.
kick Hudson-Odoi.
Yes,
Post.
oh!
Lindsay had to be well placed to have that one clear. Now the host can break forward with McKenzie.
Jesus, whoever this player is, he's rapid.
As mentioned, he can move. Really well timed challenge though from Emerson. Alonso. Far for Pulisic. Joined very quickly by Guzman Carrillo. Right-sided centre-back for Charlotte.
Go on, someone have a shot.
Now Ziyech.
Oh.
Up the strike, it's blocked as far as Alonso.
Yep, everything's going wrong for Chelsea. Their connection is absolutely buggered.
So loses out on that occasion.
Yeah.
Unfortunately though,
Oh,
Jorginho's there to cover.
I'll give Charlotte credit. I like their actual shirt. Actually, it's quite nice. That's very close to being similar.
Ziyech.
CL.
Now Hudson-Odoi.
Oh, they've mucked that up. They've mucked that up entirely. So whoever's done this is literally
Always looking to get that onto his left foot.
done the wrong teams over.
First attempt on goal from the Blues.
A good variety in his game, opening 5 minutes. Really expert delivery a few moments ago when Alonso found him on the right-hand side.
So basically, if we win, if we're winning this game, we're not CLT, we're CFC. Just that they just. Come on.
20 years old, Callum Hudson-Odoi, 28 appearances last season, 3 goals, 4 assists.
Wow.
Disrupted through injury. Set himself a goal over the summer to come back stronger, to build more muscle.
Come on, Chelsea.
There, weren't we, Sam, about how when Tuchel came in, he immediately switched him out to right wing back. So he seemed to get himself into a position where he was able to play a bit further forward towards the end of the campaign, but it looks as though he's back in that position once more.
Yeah, I mean, he's shown that he's more than capable.
That is a nice looking shirt.
How Victor Moses
Yeah, I actually do like it.
type of shape, and he can definitely do that. I think it's having that diligence to do the defensive side of the game as well as he does the offensive at times. So I'm sure that will come with a bit more maturity.
Here comes Ziyech. Looking up excellently with Batshuayi, still in the area for Belgium.
And it's not gone right.
Guzman Carrillo.
Ooh.
We'll look to take the sting out of things before Shippolina takes no risk whatsoever. Has that one downfield.
Oh, now they finally changed it from CLT to CFC. Thank you. It took you about 7.5 minutes.
Took green grass ahead of him.
Rujo did really well just to apply a little bit of pressure just as he was pulling back his
I just think that they would just not. I think they only made that mistake because they were not aware of
Joining the attack.
it would be like an hour wait for it to actually get
Come back to it now.
to kick off. So they might have been rushing it.
You have the strike. Straight at Kahuna.
Which is it?
good stuff from Batshuayi, nice and sharp. Spread the
Or
elegant
tell another football club, keep your fans safe from the storm. And don't keep them outside waiting.
Batshuayi actually frustrated that there wasn't a return.
If that was in this country, that club would be getting fined.
Jorginho switching play. Look out to Pulisic. Joining Alonso on that left hand side.
Oh, unlucky.
The American. Go out play. Charlotte goal kick.
It's a shame the fullback's just getting a little bit narrow, drawn in towards Christian Pulisic in the picture there, and
Come on, Pulisic, can you score, please?
inside left enormous gap for Alonso
Yeah,
to get the ball
an
up.
hour later than it should have done.
Meaningful challenges in a matter of minutes there from Peugeot.
They should be at their sharpest, Charlotte. Regular season.
But it should have kicked off at half 12
Began at the end of February. October the 9th, the MLS Cup final.
because there was severe. I think there was a severe storm over where they were playing.
Midpoint of their campaign. I like the fact that English sides are going abroad and are testing themselves against.
They don't have roofs over there for stadiums.
On paper, they do have superior quality.
They're in a stadium which is plays for football, but also it's used for NFL. So it's an open stadium, no roof whatsoever.
Feel like a friendly. I think you look at the starting 11 from Charlotte.
Most of the grounds in America are like that. They don't have any roofs of any kind.
Yeah, they want to win this game. It's a good atmosphere inside the stadium.
And they kept all the fans waiting outside the gate for them to reopen an hour later, so they all kept outside in the storm waiting.
Obviously, there's still quite a way to go, but I think it's going to be a real competitive game. Got an excellent home record as well, so they're going to use the supporters to their advantage.
Boots required to do some last pass defending there. Still haven't cleared it though, Charlotte.
I have no idea if I can understand some of them if it's.
Furthest man forward, and Ziyech has done really well to win that back from Bender. Still Ziyech as he looks towards the edge of the area. Alonso's now with him. Familiar pass out to the right hand side for Hudson-Odoi.
Oh, that's a ball!
Excellent spot.
Go on! Oh, you twat!
Deflected to the grateful arms. Christian Molina.
It's a shame the defending's just getting a tad desperate. Even 10 minutes in,
Oh.
a bit on edge. Beautiful slide ball pass there from Jorginho.
They've only got one decent,
Target.
but the only difference is they should be more fit than what we are because they're in an actual season at the moment.
What we've seen so far, Charlotte seem quite prepared to build from the back. They don't want to rush the ball forward. Taking a couple of risks. So far have got away with them. Zinch. Hudson-Odoi again this time.
That's Man City. That's Man City for you.
Got past Kovacic. I mean, he's the master at breaking out of tight situations. But at the moment, they're just giving him too much room. He will exploit that. Looks to play forward all the time. Nicely into Ziyech there.
Wow, Everton are losing 3-0
Shouldn't have been offside from that position. They're in business.
against Minnesota of all teams. Wow. Wait. Oh, are they just playing the kids? Oh, I can't see it because I'm on the app. My app to look for everything because I can't take it off here, off my phone. The one watching. Yeah. So basically, from what you're saying, that the fans will have a right. Yeah. So if the fans do complain that why we got thumped with that team, then they have the right to complain because you shouldn't be. And Bayern Munich are 4-0 up. Ah, so no wonder they're losing. They're wearing a coat, which I think's a curse. If you wear pink, you're gonna lose.
One or two better options than the pass that he intended for Batshuayi. Getting a lot of joy playing
Calvert-Lewin, Gray, Gunnar, Wilby, David, Decore, Patterson, Tarkovsky, Keane, Mikolenko, Pickford in goal. So how is Pickford conceded 3? And most teams, some of the biggest teams in the world, he hasn't conceded against. Jesus.
The deepest lying area of midfield, but he's very much struggling to track the runs. Jorginho, Kovacic, to Ziyech.
Oh! Unlucky Ziyech. Oh, it's now 5-0 Bayern Munich. Wow, that must have been very quick. De Ligt has just signed for them today, and he's gone straight into the starting lineup for this game, and he scored. Oh, and Arsenal winning now, that's even more better. Hey, Gabriel Martinelli. Took him about 5 minutes.
35 appearances for the French side. From Chelsea again, Ziyech. This week, Burt was able to put that one into a somewhat dangerous area. Might have done himself more harm than good.
Come on, Chelsea.
This is okay. It's always a bit of a sore one, factoring into the advertising hoardings.
Yeah, and also those challenges, those desperate sliding challenges from defenders when the ball's just going out of play and the attacking players just trying to wrap their foot around it to keep it in. Suggesting that should have been a penalty, but quite often those type of challenges do warrant a spot kick, but everyone's eyes have kind of moved towards the centre of the box where the ball's been delivered, so yeah, it can often be sore when the studs get raked down the ankle in desperation.
Again, plenty of time to bring that ball down and twist away from his man. It's Brand Bronico who's desperately trying to grapple hold of him. Now Pulisic in the space that's opening up ahead of him. Sergio Ruiz can't get anywhere near him.
Go on, oh!
Still free in the area.
Oh, referee, you're having a laugh.
Let's get pulled back.
That's never a booking, Rev. You're having a laugh in the tin bath.
The yellow card seems a bit harsh.
Well, it's not a yellow card because I think Pulisic does this time.
Even commentator said that. I don't know what the referee is sawing in that to be a yellow.
Yeah, I think he just misses it with his left foot.
When he has actually got the ball, it's actually the player that caught Pulisic by missing the ball himself. So basically, he played for that to get him booked. And whoever's in charge of the stream, you need to sort it out again. Because it's Pulisic that got the booking, and they've just said Alonso has got booked. So everything's going wrong.
It's not too much of a concern for Sobocinski.
Sort out your thing and put Pulisic yellow card, not Alonso yellow card. Even though Alonso does get yellow cards regularly.
Defeats the DC United, LA Galaxy, and Atlanta United as well. They secure back-to-back home wins against New England, Cincinnati.
Finally, you're actually getting up to scratch with things. Takes you plus 5 years.
Ever manager, Spaniard Miguel Angel Ramirez.
But at least I don't make the mistake and then do them. I do them before I even start the stream.
To wait all the way till July for their very first away win.
La 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 la. La 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 la.
See just how vocal they are behind Christian Kalina's goal.
It's taking ages just to kick a ball.
Here's Rayner against James.
Word DC have actually scored one against Bayern Munich.
There's a man free there.
Oh my God! Edward Mendy, you nearly conceded the goal.
Might have even been squirming wide at the end.
He tried something.
Wasn't to know.
I'm not sure he knows too much about that. He spreads himself, Swiderski on the far side. What it was the most beautiful of deliveries.
That keeper for Charlotte is a Croatian.
Quality from the former Austria international. Pulisic.
And you've also forgot to remember, and also an ex-Premier League winner.
He's always going to test him. Pulisic again threading the ball through the defensive lines. Bender trying to
Ben Bender. Only 21.
athlete. Means he was identified as one of the leading players in college soccer in America.
Jeez.
So this guy here, Pulisic.
Come on, Chels.
Now Jorginho. No way through, so Chelsea will try again. This time it doesn't come
We're
off.
trying our best, but if we had our best team out, I think we would have already scored 2 or 3 goals by now.
One for Swiderski to chase in the channel. He's done really well to hold off Thiago Silva. Bring Ruiz into play. Now Bender.
Oh, come on.
Far side for Lindsay.
Yeah, when did it? Oh,
Gains.
interesting.
Always on the move. Mentioned about Charlotte's season so far in MLS. It's New York Red Bulls who are currently leading the Eastern Conference on goal difference. Tied at the top of the table with Philadelphia Union. Charlotte 13 points off the pace at the top of the conference. Just 1 point away from the playoff semis. The way that it works, each team plays 34 matches in MLS.
Oh, that
17 games,
Reina.
away games. 26 of those come against conference opponents, or they play the final 8 cross-conference.
Jesus, how many positions does this guy want to play on the football pitch? That player found Reece James. He can play left mid, right mid, cam, or left wing. He can nearly play everywhere in attack. Wow. And he's Peruvian.
Just grown in belief since that Swiderski chance a few moments ago. That was beautiful work.
Just to see if he's actually. That's it. Jesus, guys.
Has been amongst the goals recently. That's almost perfect. I think the ricochet of Reece James is hugely advantageous for Chelsea. I mean, it just strikes the woodwork rather than.
And this guy, this Reina's actually played.
Just goes to show the 2 ways.
That Reina's played for both Red Bull clubs, Salzburg and Leipzig.
Goal with an unfortunately placed back pass, and then this time gets the vital interception and loops onto the frame of the goal instead of past his goalkeeper.
Is Reece James on smoke or something?
To keep that one in, so it will be set piece to Charlotte.
Because he's made another mistake, which we nearly conceded from.
Then forward from the back. Watch out for Usman Perujo. It's a towering presence in the air. You see him, bleach blonde hair, just walking into the area now. Uruguay.
Yep, Uruguayan. Jeez.
It comes from Rayner. It's on by Bender.
Don't let him score, please.
It's hooked clear at that far post. Ruiz, Sam points out, now growing into this game, Charlotte.
We don't want it. We don't want him to get into the game.
Another decent looking ball from Fuchs. Emerson had to get
Way, have that.
well over the crossbar. Jalen Lindsay.
It's a brilliant ball once more. You know it's going to come in from Fuchs, but
Fuchs.
I think he's got a player in front and behind. Previous opportunity. Yeah, he does well actually, Mendy, because once he knows that's evading him, he just spreads himself.
Way, have that, Arsenal. And we got to play this next. Wow, whoever's done that is very, that is sad.
Christian Fuchs, 16-year age gap between the two of them. Charlotte did have numbers back. Chelsea are the ones dominating possession. Charlotte are the team that have shown the better opportunities. One back by Ziyech. Now back Schwei. Ziyech is the option again. Schwei went for himself. Just deflected behind. It will be a corner.
Come on, Batman.
Been starved of shooting opportunities to this point, so no surprise he takes it on there. Ruiz with the bad error. Charlotte just presented the ball to Chelsea player. Schwei's first sight of goal.
It just gets very annoying.
Will be Reece James to deliver, out swinging from this near side. Silva was one of the players climbing. Fuchs will use his experience to play James there. Excellent pressing. Just needed a bit of support there, Ziyech. Chelsea do win the ball back. And here's Kovacic. Alonso getting forward on the left-hand side again. Pulisic spots him now.
Oh yeah, Lindsay, and then you got Bender.
Side, just settling things down a bit. Charlotte were trying to get a foothold in the game.
Oh. Wow.
Chelsea will be much happier controlling their tempo themselves. Here's Emerson. The top for Ziyech once more.
Oh.
He's got himself into some really good positions, Ziyech. Will be pulled back for a foul from Batshuayi.
So it sounds like you could get in teams that which you don't care if you die.
Great bits of movement. He checked to go in behind and got the ball to feet initially during the build-up, and there, one of the first runs we've actually seen beyond the Charlotte back line, effortlessly found by Reece James. That delivery had to be pinpoint because it's thrashed him.
Well, at least he tried to get his head to it.
Just evades Batshuayi in the middle.
It's another searching ball.
I thought he got his head to it.
Has got himself on the end of. He's on the move again. Impressive him so far.
We can't help if he wants to have dreadlocks.
24-year-old. She did have some experience playing in Europe.
This is what Lindsay.
Working at Austin, but joined Augsburg's academy back in 2016. Played for Darmstadt, was on loan, settled at Hanover 96, for eventually representing his hometown Austin again. Very roundabout way of making it to that level. So he's not shying away from the physicality, and neither are these two here.
Geez, Christian Fuchs wants to play a physical game.
Maybe that's exactly why Hudson Odoi wanted to work on his muscle over the summer break.
Yeah, and Christian Fuchs is not wanting to get into a race there in the opposition's half with half a pitch for Hudson Odoi to race into. So advancing, he's in trouble again here.
Isolated one-on-one, the Austrian.
That's right.
Goes in.
Shoot!
Batshuayi might line this one.
Oh!
Comes now for Pulisic.
I got my wish! Oh, Christian Pulisic! Oh, Christian Pulisic! With the most jammiest goal you ever seen in your life.
Charlotte nil, Chelsea won.
And that shows
That's it.
the benefit to having Batshuayi in the side because he's so eager to take strikes on. It's really
I just like the fact that if someone has a shot, you just happy it's landed to one of our players to be able to bury it.
just make sure he stays on side. He looks at the centre half as that ball's travelling from Batshuayi's left foot, and then the finish. Yeah,
Get
really
in!
calmness in that pressurised situation, just to take the touch. Thinks it into the corner. Wonderful.
It was definitely that would definitely been going in if it didn't hit the player.
In front of American fans in his homeland, will give him a nice boost. That goal certainly will. He was asked whether he'd have family in his house for tonight's game. His cousin plays just down the road actually for North Carolina on loan from Austin. He's a goalkeeper who graduated from
Second half.
university.
Or according to Americans, he's not called still, and they like to put an extra E in his name.
Some Pulisic somewhere will be inside the back.
Yeah, because that's what they like to do with America.
Themselves after that one.
Composure, especially given back in the last season as
I'm-
touched on.
I'm still wondering.
It's good to get his name on the score sheet, but it'll be motivating factors, sure.
Because you got to think, how we managed to beat Club America was that we put the stronger team out and they won the game.
Jorginho. Kovacic. Pulisic again.
So that's when you know you got a more better chance of keeping a clean sheet.
So managed to get a yard of space there. Nice footwork
It's
from
just-
Bronico.
I'm just hoping that when we do in the next pre-season and when we play Arsenal, that he actually plays Koulibaly.
To try to keep up with him. It's the very definition of the flying winger. The product was lacking on that occasion.
The right pass, Swiderski, I think, has shown good movement, good ability.
This team
to
with
forward,
Charlotte FC we're playing.
allowed them to get up the pitch and counter attack with a bit of a threat at times. Pattern of the game's been set from early. Chelsea really dominating the ball and knocking it around with nice composure. Alongside a little bit of thrust when they were able to counter.
Chris James rode a couple of challenges before Hudson Odoi was fouled. And Bender, the guilty party.
Oh!
Mentioned about
Oh, so the Dodge has been fouled by Bender.
season that Christian Pulisic
By Ben Bender.
all in all, 38 appearances, 8 goals, 4 assists. He'll be looking to add to that.
Oh!
Very nearly did. In terms of doubling his tally for tonight.
Puss!
Wasn't too far away
Pulisic,
from
ah.
that one.
Getting better that chemistry between Ziyech and Pulisic. They've had loads of the ball in this first half. They've been a thorn in the opponent's side. That's one.
But he has had-
Seems perfect, almost.
But he has had
Ziyech
to stretch
beautifully behind that
had to stretch himself to try and even get a touch to it.
extender. the right leg to turn it home. But loads of encouragement, I think, for me.
Yeah.
It's maybe just not that sharpness in front of goal, that end product, which is only natural this stage of the season. But positions they're taking up first class.
Such wonderful technique, hasn't he, Ziyech? I don't know whether it's because it's more aesthetically pleasing to see it from a left-footed player.
Yeah,
Always looks like he wraps his boot round the ball.
I always talk about the night when he was here with Ajax, at the bridge, and he was phenomenal. One of the major reasons I'm sure that Chelsea wanted to get the deal done, but that left foot is something else when he's purring. And he's had a good first half.
It's Jorginho. Oh, there might be space in behind for Batshuayi.
Go Batshuayi!
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 Checked his shoulder. Still going, the Belgian.
Oh!
And in the end, Christian Kalina, the only man who could stop him. And a free-sighted goal.
He did everything right other than score.
Good recovery by Charlotte in the end.
Yeah, I felt he was onside line.
He did everything right other than score a goal.
Charlotte takes an age, doesn't he? Batshuayi to get his strike away. Probably redeems himself there because I expect him to potentially come out to the edge of his box and tied it up slightly earlier. Tried to give him the eyes in the end and just a toe away, wasn't he?
I just want him to score, see what celebration he comes up with.
Disappointed. Batshuayi, 14 goals for Besiktas last season. Corner is headed clear.
T-Rex.
Still 10 minutes to go.
Go the Boys!
First half. We are expecting to see plenty of changes in the second half at some point.
And hopefully he'll play against Arsenal.
He did confirm he will play a part in tonight's fixture.
It's gonna
It is very late in the UK.
It's gonna settle in well, and that's gonna be thanks to Mendy. It'll help him settle in right well.
Jorginho.
And Sterling's already made friends with the wrong crowd, aka Malang Sarr.
Alonso lining up a strike on his weaker right foot.
The guy who can't even pass the ball 2 yards.
Kalina right behind it.
Never.
Possibly a free kick on Pulisic earlier in the move. Strike from Alonso, just too close to the goalkeeper really when he wraps his right foot around it. Find the height maybe or the accuracy to expect to score.
Seen too much of Yuri Reina in the last 15 minutes. It's quite lively at the beginning of the match. Pulled out wider to this left-hand side.
I just keep thinking I don't know if when he takes free kicks he hits it with his right foot.
Christian Tanzio. Thinking about getting the extra body in midfield.
Ah.
Looks like Ben Bender has drifted into more of a central role. Anyway, here's Kinsey Gaines once more.
Bit silly it would be to do that.
The option of Jalen Lindsay. Does get his cross in. It's over Bender.
Oh. It's over It's over Bender. Oh, commentators, mate. Commentator over Bender.
Done well to dig out a cross. James underneath it, then Jorginho helps it on. Karate kicked in the end by
Karate kick. Someone karate kicked. Wow.
Reina. And Bender on the overlap.
Is Christian Fuchs mad?
Corner. Better from Charlotte.
Yeah.
Two good balls in from the right hand side. Well
According to this commentator, he's just a former Austrian international. He didn't even say that he won the Premier League. So that's how much this commentator knows about
It is where they're
some of these players.
having plenty of joy, crossing in from positions
Yeah,
like
it's
this.
just commentator when he was saying about a player. He said a former Austrian international. And I said they missed out one thing. Austrian international and an ex-Premier League winner.
Here is Fuchs.
Yeah, that's what they said, but then you missed out that he's actually won a big trophy.
This side. Sandoy flicks it down the line.
Yep. You can tell because they literally got everything muddled up at the beginning.
Himself here. Onto that favoured left foot.
Because we weren't called CFC, we were called CLT for about 7 minutes of this game. That's what you don't want. Yep, stupid him.
Wonder just how many changes Charlotte will make for the second half.
Raheem Sterling.
They're only in action on Sunday.
Way! What a miss.
For a free kick, foul from Swiderski on Reece James. I think he's probably asking the question.
I thought that was possibly slightly fortunate. It's the first time Thiago Silva has made something approaching an error. He just backs in, uses his body.
Yeah, that's just good defending. Just back your body into him.
Collision. Premeditated.
Kovacic just weighs up his options before settling for Reece James on his near side.
He basically got rolled by AK Gary Lineker. He's the one who denied him it. All because of Mo Salah can run to a bar line. And that was said, and what you just said was also said by Ian Wright himself. He said you will not see another goal like that. It's just according to Gary Lineker, because Mo Salah could run to a bar line and still score. He gets it. So basically, any team can score literally one of the best goals ever, but if Mo Salah does that, he automatically wins it.
Here's one of them. And another finding Reece James. Bursting forward, the right-sided centre-back tonight.
Go on.
Always looking forward, always looking for the quickest route to goal.
Are we too afraid to shoot or something? Or it could be... Oh! Or it could have been that the fact that they had literally 11 men behind the ball and weren't giving us the time to actually shoot, so they were just waiting.
That's what I said a few moments ago. His link-up play's been pretty good. Something that's probably not the strongest.
Keep him on the pitch, I would.
There has been, but kept hold of the ball nicely, knitted it together, and got yourself a few opportunities on the opponent's goal. Should have scored, but a good half from him as well.
Wow, Chelsea have had 201 passes to their opponent's 89. Wow.
Now James. Back to Ziyech. Well, he's gone for it.
Ooh!
It's the second time he's been afforded the space and the time.
And we know one team who suffered that consequences, aka Spurs. Which is his best goal at Chelsea because he did it top bins.
Too far away. A bit more meat on that strike than the previous one.
It sounds like Barcelona want to get a lot of our players, and so do AC Milan. Because AC Milan want Bakayoko, and they said they want Ziyech.
To be a clearance from Reece James, who's put it into a good area.
Yeah, you can definitely tell AC Milan to give us some players if they want Bakayoko and Ziyech. And West Ham can give us a player too, because they might be getting Amanda Brozier. Go on! Oh! Unlucky. West Ham, if you can have Amanda Brozier, but you just give her Declan Rice. He went in for a hefty challenge to this Polish player. But that is, yeah, that's just unfortunate. Player fell over. Why has he not got booked? Because I thought originally the player slipped.
It's just the second game of this three-match stateside tour for Chelsea. They conclude their US Preseason.
Yeah, but the good thing about Thiago Silva, he didn't really make a meal out of it. And didn't like go to him saying, why did you do it? Because he's not that sort of player to do that. He just gets on with the game.
Friday, July 29th. Tickets are available for that game now on the website. Last time they actually played Udinese in pre-season was way back in August 2001. Jim Floyd Hasselbank heading home from Franco Zola's cross. Nice is it to hear those names again. Just play the final few seconds as the clock ticks down at the end of this first 45 minutes.
I think of all these pre-season games, I think the one I'm more excited for is that Udinese one, because I think that'll be more entertaining.
There's an attempt. He's going wide.
The Arsenal one is the only one I just don't want us to lose, because one, we won't hear the end of it from Arsenal.
Is the end of the first 45 minutes here.
Then the first 45 minutes, which literally took so long for it to even happen.
Did actually have decent opportunities. Edouard Mendy was forced
but at least we actually
stop from Karol Swiderski. And Reina hit the post via a huge.
And hopefully in the second half, Sterling, you can actually go and bag us a few.
It's the man that this whole stadium was talking about ahead of kickoff. It's Christian Pulisic with the goal on the half-hour mark.
Why? This is the most weirdest thing I've ever seen. Why are players going and shaking referee's hand? It's not full time. Yeah.
Let's take a look at the best bits from that first half, and it started pretty nicely for Chelsea with this low effort from Kovacic.
All right then, Sanders.
Good Kovacic from the outset, really linking it together. Nice exchange with Batshuayi. Still get enough venom in his strike.
And again, ball was won in the field. Duo once more that you were talking about, Sam. Jorginho and Kovacic. And
wow. Pablo Dybala has got the legendary Roma number 10 shirt worn by Francesco Totti. So basically, he's now got a price on his head. If he doesn't perform while wearing that shirt, he could be getting literally ridiculed by the fans because of the shirt he is. So he's got to perform while wearing that shirt. Like we need someone to perform in the number 9 for us.
Brilliant movement as well from the centre forward, just pulling around the back of Emerson in between him and Alonso, getting a nice bit of
since Diego Costa.
I think credit Mendy there. He actually just kind of swept his leg towards.
I can't remember who last one number 9 actually did well for us.
There was this Another opportunity here. Again, Jordi Reyna heavily involved. And what a vital deflection that was from Reece James to steer it onto the post.
He actually just made himself a bit bigger, didn't he, Reece James?
DC United have actually scored 2 against Bayern Munich. And therefore I say that.
It's good defending, getting the touch and making sure that goes a little bit too high to really trouble Mendy.
And then this was a telling moment. Who started on this right-hand side for Chelsea. Batshuayi being as direct as ever. And Pulisic, right place, right time. And a composed finish.
So actually the last one we actually had at 1 number 9 I think was actually decent. Would have been Tammy Abraham because he was scoring quite a lot of goals for us.
Onside, you see there, that's really intelligent play. Good take. Lovely composure with the finish.
On loan and played well in 1 game, but people said it was only Huddersfield.
Just so direct.
Oh, that guy played well in any game. The guy.
Straight at goal. Speaking of which,
That guy was a good number 9 for us. He scored a hat-trick against one of the biggest teams in the world, which was Man United. He did it all on his own.
Charlotte, fortunate that's not 2 because that's just wonderful play from Ziyech.
And then this is the one,
I don't literally call Morata a letdown. I just call him the guy who was always offside. That. Oh, Radamel Falcao was number 9. Franco Di Santo. Who else? Oh no, not another Mourinho signing. Khalid Belarus, who we used to have. Yeah, we made 20 appearances in just 1 solitary season and then left.
The Senegal captain has had a superb week. He flew out to Las Vegas to complete a move 6 years making.
Surprisingly, I can say this: Chris Sutton wore the number 9 shirt for Chelsea, but only scored 1 goal for us. Ah, you've Matthias Cashman, Steve Sidwell. Then this is going back at the start of the Premier League era. Tony Cascarino.
I'm really excited to be here. I was looking forward to.
There we go. Gonzalo Higuain, Lukaku, Morata, Hernan Crespo.
To be in this city to play for this club. So I'm really happy and I want to thank everybody.
Yeah, 25 goals in 73 appearances in number 9 shirt for Hernan Crespo.
Really nice with me, and I feel already home.
That's fantastic news. What have the last few days been like?
There's another one, Mark Steen, who basically played 24 games for us and actually scored 14 goals while wearing number 9.
Medical, but it takes a lot of time because you have to
Who else did it? Tammy Abraham, Fernando Torres, Gianluca Vialli, and Jimmy Ford Hasselbank.
On the phone with my manager, with my family. So
He had made 136 appearances and scored 70.
I make a big choice to come to Premier League and
25.
To play, the greatest football in the world. So I'm really happy, and I want
I'm gonna wait.
also Chelsea to give
I'm gonna
me
wait
a
there
chance.
because of Gianluca Vialli.
It's a big move for you. It's a big move for everyone.
Yeah, the Gianluca Vialli, who's second in 78 appearances, actually scored
It was
40.
Everybody used to know me over there. After 8
That's
years,
it, and he was a good player for us.
to find a new challenge,
Mhm.
a new team.
Yeah,
And when Chelsea
Yeah.
came, I didn't hesitate.
Yeah.
It was the
And that Lu- and Luke-
2016. But,
Yeah.
we didn't
and
play.
Luca Vialli,
So when they come back into
legend,
2022,
because he won us the
I was
FIFA, he won us the
I was already
he won us the Cup Winners' Cup.
to play for this team, and I'm really happy.
We're happy as well. I know a certain couple of players will be very
One
happy.
is-
You've already got friends here. haven't
Yeah,
you, in Edu and
Cup Winners'
Georgie.
Cup,
Have you
League
managed
Cup,
to
and
talk
FA
about them?
Cup in the space of a year.
Before 1 month ago, Georgie texted me and tell me if I want to come to Chelsea. I say I don't know if
I'm gonna-
they ask for me. Okay, I want
Let
to
me
come, but
see.
I don't want to go propose myself. If they want me to come, I will come with
He had
pleasure.
one. I know he had only 1 season actually playing for
My
us.
choice was already done. So I'm happy already. I'm happy to be here because it's a talented team with a lot of young players and some experienced players. So it's a nice mix, I think. And this can be a good thing for the team and for the city. So I want to give emotion to the supporters, to everybody, to come to.
Yeah, that's good about it.
And I want to show myself that I will work for the team and for everybody to win something. I look forward to start with the team and to start the training.
You made a very good point there, actually. There are a lot of young players in this squad. How important is your experience and those...
Actually, Rude Hall at Chelsea actually had number 4.
I will try to give my experience. I play like...
Rude Hall had 4 and he only scored 7 goals for us because he only played 1 actual season as a player. The rest was all as manager.
To understand how is the Premier League football, because it's the different football. In Italy we play like more tactical.
Yeah, and he made history with us by becoming the first black manager to win the FA Cup.
So I have to improve myself.
So he made history in that respect because no one else had done it. And it paved the way for, if it happens in the future, for other managers to say they can do and do it.
I have to give him what he wants, so I will give everybody what they want. And the most important is that the young player has to be easy to play their football, so I will try to give this serenity to them. And after, I think everybody will go well.
You mentioned the coach there.
And he can also speak, I think he could speak French, because I think they speak, because he's Senegalese, I think they're also French as well.
Really important detail for me. He called me and he said that he wants me absolutely to come in Chelsea. I was really happy because we know him. We know him from
Rude Hollett shared the same shirt number as Claude Makelele and Cesc Fabregas.
He called me and tell me if I wanted to come. It didn't happen before.
Other players that wore the number 4 shirt.
The good man. I know that he's a very good trainer, so I'm looking forward to start to work with him, and I will try to do my best for him to be happy of me.
I have to say,
Steve Clark wore number 4. Who else? Called Makelele.
It's already very, very good. What are the other big challenges about
David Luiz wore number 4.
to London, to the Premier League?
Yeah, I have already a personal challenge because moving from Serie A Italia to Premier League in England it's a big step, and everybody is waiting for me to play to show my quality in the Premier League. And speaking with some player who playing already in the Premier League, they told me that I have to come like 2 or 3 years ago. I chose and I wait the right
It's still
moment to come, and I think the right moment is now. I have to show everybody that I am the player they think. So
It's still quite it's the same like physical wise to the Italian league. And referees in both leagues are quite strict at what they give and what they don't.
I don't like to speak before, but I want that give emotion to the supporters, give emotion to everybody who love Chelsea, and I want to show them that I am the player they was waiting for, and I want to.
I wouldn't care. I wouldn't mind if he got sent off and basically it won us the game if it was like a saving challenge or something to save us from maybe losing the game. Then I'll go.
Very, very excited at the prospect of seeing you at Stamford Bridge. What would you say to Chelsea fans watching this right now?
I want to thank them because since the day I was in London,
I don't want him to get sent off, but I want him to do challenges if he's not been booked to just go, I'll take one for the team. Like Thiago Silva does, he'll take one for the team and get booked and get a yellow card for it. Which he's got to learn to try and do something like that and not get himself sent off.
The only thing that I can tell them is that on the pitch I will give the 200% for them, 200% for the club, for the staff, for everybody who's working in the club. And after on the pitch, I think everything will go well. I want to thank them for the big welcome they give me, and I'm looking forward to see them at Stamford Bridge.
It's a real pleasure to have you. It's great to finally.
We've now got.
Thank you very much.
I just want him to. I want him to actually. The one thing I can't wait is for the first time he's partnered up with Thiago Silva to see how that partnership works. See if it can actually work. And if it doesn't play in pre-season, then it'll be Everton away.
At this stage of pre-season.
Yeah, you want the new recruits in as quickly as possible. I think we've seen that over the last few campaigns. paying, so you want to get the business done as early as you can.
If he plays in defence like he does for Senegal, then we've got ourselves a decent player.
Fantastic. He already knows Simendi and Jorginho, which will help him. You know, bed in,
That is true. Jorginho would definitely.
leader on our hands and a top quality defender. But as for the Quetta, he's been a brilliant,
Yeah.
brilliant player, brilliant leader.
Yeah, it would just be, and then you've also, and it's the same for the other signing, Sterling, because he's got a lot of his England teammates there, so that he's already bedded in. Because he was already on one of the training videos that they did. He was already mucking around with Mason Mount already.
Playing on the same pitch as someone that you do know very well, and look, at some point tonight we're expecting to see Raheem Sterling play, and I'm just thinking of the Sterling, Mason Mount possible.
Oh no! Don't say that. You're gonna get me excited, and it just all go down the pan. Because I'm just saying, because in pre-season it may not work at first, and it might take a lot of time for it to gel. Even Mason Mount and Sterling.
Think about international teammates. You're always having those conversations. We like you at our place, and it probably didn't seem possible to get Raheem Sterling out of Manchester City, but they've been able to do so. And I'm sure Mason Mount and Reece James for the two that spring to mind that have made themselves permanent fixtures in the international.
Yeah, for us, we got ourselves a steal.
Seen him at his height over the last year or so in the England shirt. You know, forget what he's done at Manchester City in terms of the goals and the trophies, the accolades for England.
Wow.
And those two boys will know how to supply him, what makes him tick.
Yeah. I've just checked Koulibaly's card on FIFA for this FIFA is 86. Now he's at Chelsea. It will be nearly 90. You expect it to be.
What is it for you with Raheem Sterling that is the most exciting part of it? What part of his game are you most?
And his physical is 85.
Most need.
I think that ability to nick a goal.
But then this is what doesn't make any sense. His pace is 81.
Finding himself in positions, you know, across the 6-yard box, in at the far
And that's for a centre back. So basically, when you want to go forward, please.
Outside this season, undoubtedly he'll get into goal scoring positions, and last year, there he is. That's where Chelsea faltered. In charge of so many games, didn't convert enough chances, and I think that's what he's going to do. Those scrappy goals when Chelsea are in the ascendancy, on top of games. You know, he's a goal scorer, and probably not had quite enough of them in the side. Certainly not.
Hey, players are already back out.
Well, looks like as expected.
Oh, Kai Havertz, Mason Mount's twin.
Leading Chelsea out.
Wow.
The right side of the pitch.
It says here that the fans have nicknamed Koulibaly K2 and the Wall.
Not to anticipate that is going to be his number for the season.
Please say Sterling's on. He is. Get in. I'm now looking forward to this.
He'll be one of the more senior figures in this.
I'm interested to see what he...
Quite a young-looking side for the second half. Trevor Chalobah as well.
Mason Mount, Sterling, Kai Havertz.
In there, we will get you.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
How Chelsea line up in this second half very shortly. Always difficult. Always very difficult with these pre-season matches when they do make wholesale changes at the interval. Oh, almost ready.
I'm happy with Kai Havertz because he pops up when you really need him, and he did.
Sterling in a Chelsea shirt for the very first time, and he starts on the.
I'm interested to see what he does. I want him to score, show us what he can be capable of doing.
Only player on the first half 11, he retains his place. It's a back three. Back three of Levi Colwill. It's an exciting one in itself. Ethan Ampadu.
Yeah.
Malang Sarr. Ben Chilwell. Trevor Chalobah is playing in midfield, I think, by the looks of things.
Who
Mason Mount, Conor Gallagher,
who apparently has become big friends with Raheem Sterling.
and Havertz. Plenty in there. We are informed that Edouard Mendy's told Thomas Tuchel that he wanted to play the full game. Immediately, Chelsea looking to
Because
themselves on the
because
front foot.
you've also got to think he's got a younger an academy keeper on the bench. Would you want to swap Mendy for an academy keeper and have a chance that he could concede every chance that comes his way?
Right-hand side, once more it would seem. Just a
What the
very
hell? Whoever that player is, his hair is that blonde. Get it changed.
He possessed and put himself a few minutes at the tail end of last season out of nowhere. Will be looking to impress this.
That is not Kennedy. But the only reason Jorginho and Silva had it was because it was due to a brandy or something like that. Due to something that they had to do it.
Especially the
Yeah.
defence.
Oh, Man City have just scored.
Mason Mount, the elder statesman.
And it is
stood over
KDB, Kevin De Bruyne.
It comes from the right-hand side. Semi dealt with by the Charlotte defence. Rios it was with the packed clearance.
Come on, Sterling. I want to see what you're capable of.
So Mount to deliver again. Sterling's got
It's
short.
too. Yep. 2 foot.
Swinging in
Two.
towards Chalobah.
Oh.
Levi Colwill very nearly benefiting there, stretching a long leg around Anton Walks, who has taken the captain's armband for the second half. Former Portsmouth man, of course, during his time in England, came through the Spurs Academy. Spent some time with
Yeah, he's not
Manchester
brought.
United as
Not.
well,
He's not brought him on tour.
before eventually settling here at Charlotte.
Come on, Sterling.
Kennedy's pressing very high at the start of this second half. And George Martin
Oh my God, that keeper was in 6s and 7s.
goalkeeper.
You don't want to do that against Havertz.
Ball, perhaps, sucking too long. Managed to get
Lucky
away with
keeper.
that. Zampadu
Oh, they brought Ampadu. Oh
in
no.
the middle of the back three. Sarr on the left-hand side. In fact, Chalobah is playing on the right-hand side. Ampadu's joining Conor Gallagher in
Venezia, you could have kept him, please.
Raheem Sterling. Given away though.
Oh, not Matt Miazga.
Chelsea.
I think he still belongs to us.
All a bit scrappy so far in this second half.
Yeah, just inevitably going to happen when there's been wholesale changes for both sides. Just to settle down, really infused, excited about seeing Colwill, Gallagher, just the name, just two. Can Gallagher maintain that standard that he showed against Club America? And a beautiful pass for that chance for
Yeah,
Havertz.
Matt Miazga has only played 2 appearances for Chelsea and he's been on loan since we bought him in 2016. He's gone on loan every time.
Farley, Sterling already through the door.
He's on loan, and he's over last season he was at Deportivo Alaves in Spain. I think he's still with us, but I don't think he's gone on loan yet.
Well, that is the thing. When you look at the
But funnily enough, he only made 11 appearances on loan for Alaves, so that's a bit poor.
Signings already. Then it's Arsenal with 4, Liverpool with 3, Man City 3, Man United with 3, Chelsea just the 2. But as you said there, Sam, got players who did go out and get valuable experience last season. I know it's the old cliche, like a new signing, but you really do get the impression someone of Conor Gallagher's ilk really could be. And here he is now on the edge of the area. Gallagher delivers towards.
Oh!
The post. It's a moving towards Chalobah. He's got the ball. 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 He's Well, Sterling.
Sterling!
Typical runs that we're used to seeing from him at Manchester City.
Oh, he tried shank. A player tried shanking. Oh!
Just about tipped over the bar.
Oh, I thought that was in.
Reaction stop in the end from George Marks. A save that he needed.
Someone did.
Yeah, it makes a bit of a hash of the volley in the end, Ampadu. Lovely stuff from Mount and
Oh, it was Mason Mount.
Gallagher.
Oh, it would have been an own goal.
Freak, isn't it? The clearance strikes, walks on the back.
His own tip.
Into the roof of the net, as you said, Marks has to
No, it was one of the Charlotte players. Basically hit his own player and it rebounded and he went in the back of the net.
Anyone in the area?
Yep.
This is great stuff. Lovely exchange, and that's almost perfect. It really is good defending. After all, I think it is in the 6-yard box.
Sterling.
Just sticks out his left leg to divert. Clear. Ampadu with a wonderful bit of approach play. Good fortune in the end.
We did play that box-to-box role while on loan at
Aha! Oh. Unlucky Everton. You're now 4-0 down.
more often than not was compared to Frank Lampard
1-1.
over the course of the season for his uncanny knack of just being able to get into the area right at the perfect time. 8 goals, 5 assists by December of last year. No under-23 player had more goal contributions than him.
Arsenal are being outdone on ball possession by Orlando.
Ben Chilwell being brought down. That's going to be another yellow card. An opportunity for us to just say how great it is to see Ben Chilwell back out there on the pitch. Difficult year.
Me too.
National.
Such a shame that when that injury
Is
came,
that Mount?
because him and Reece James were right at the top.
Is
of
that
the
Mount?
game. During that period, Reece James was playing some of the best football in the Premier League at that point.
That could be.
He was hindered by injury as well in the autumn.
Almost felt like either a goal or an assist from one of them every single game.
Yeah, they were
Yep.
fantastic, and I thought that had obviously had a huge
Trevor
knock-on effect in
John.
terms of what the team produced offensively. Hopefully they're going to be able to maintain their fitness this season. Could be an area
Even
of problems for Chelsea.
Even bad. Yeah.
Christian Tanzio, right down in front of us, hasn't sat down since the first whistle.
Come on, yeah. Come on, Sterling.
That's a bit of a point to prove, the Italian coach stepping up for his first
Werner's not on the bench.
opportunity as a head coach.
No, Werner's not on the bench.
Nice, New York City FC and Man City's elite development squad under
Not on the
Vieira.
bench.
Also worked closely with Fabio Capello, Roberto Mancini and Chelsea legend Gianfranco Zola. He's no stranger to the scene. He will want to make a good impression, especially
The only player that he's not brought on is Aspilicueta.
tonight. Walks looking long
What?
into the channel for Shinyashiki.
What the heck?
Probably the biggest danger man to come off the bench for Charlotte in this second half, Shinyashiki. 11 appearances, 6 goals.
The problem is he's playing a position where he's going to be second fiddle
MLS
to Thiago Silva and Koulibaly because he plays as centre back.
Dad's Brazilian, but also has Japanese heritage as well. They might be in on the left-hand side this time, Charlotte.
His market value is 2.6 mil,
The options in the centre. Chelsea were back in numbers.
and that's for a 19-year-old.
Chelsea caught up for the first time in this second period, but got numbers. Shiki just looking to just cushion that with his right foot towards the target. Good defending.
They do go short from the corner. Quinn, who could pump it into the feet of his teammate. Harrison Affle following up at the far post.
Edouard Mendy. Get it out.
Chelsea do manage to clear.
Oh, you jammy git.
Just had the ball taken
If he
away
didn't
from
do that, Sterling was away.
Thought he might have been through on goal.
Mangawisar did that. Oh, that's unheard of.
By Malang Sarr. So Mount
That's
able
a
to use it
pass and a
to
half
effect and to stretch the play as well.
by Mount.
Kennedy's got Sterling ahead of him.
Go on, Sterling, lad. Oh, that's a pen.
Well, was that in the area?
That's in the box.
Looked just outside.
No, I am not. That's in.
Excellent movement.
That's in the box.
Sterling there, just from a standing start, just kind of
I think that's in the box.
asked for where he wanted the ball to be played. He knew he was going to be favourite. He knows he's
Oh, because I wanted it to be given so that means Sterling can take a penalty for us.
He's fortunate, I would say that that's just outside.
Well, Joseph Moura
But ref, are you also going to book him?
Got a second yellow.
But he might not want to book him due to it being a friendly.
Both teams still have a full complement of players. What it has done is it's given Chelsea a good chance to double their lead. Havertz and Mount stood over it. It is Mount
Oh!
comfortably
Try curling it.
over George Mark's crossbar.
Yeah, a bit too much curl on it.
Well, he did make it look a lot closer with his dive.
Yeah, 'cause that's very strong.
The tallest of goalkeepers, George Marks.
I've even been to the. I've even been in Portsmouth to the pub that he always goes to with his family all the time, which is literally it's a pub in Portsmouth which is hidden, which is hard to find.
AFCON winning goalkeeper was on high alert, so he was able to clear. Didn't miss out the last game. Mendy. Kepa and Bettinelli sharing goalkeeping duties on that occasion. I think the idea was to have
Come on, Chelsea, let's get some more goals.
sharing them for this game. Mendy clearly felt that he needed an extra 45 minutes just to get himself up to speed, get himself prepared for the new
Game
season.
in.
At the end of the day,
Come on, we need some
you are the best judge of your own body and your own levels of sharpness.
level of sharpness. I know. Just like.
It's quite theatrical. Oh,
Does he want to actually Charlotte to get back in the game?
it's a free kick right on the edge of Chelsea's area.
It's a really clever pass. Just took Colwell out the game.
That is never a foul in a million years.
Able to take it in his stride. Just clipped by Colwell. Knew that.
Should they keep going?
To be able to get the ball there. It's a very nice position, presentable opportunity.
It suggests it favours the left boot of Joseph Moura.
Oh! Club America have just scored against Man City.
A man who was in exceptional form against Vancouver Whitecaps recently.
Yeah, but with Man City, I would expect them not to concede because how good their team is.
Vargas, well over the bar. And he didn't need to move.
Yeah, tough skill that. Close in. As you said, that favours the left foot there, bent towards
Oh.
itself was a tough skill for Vargas to execute.
He's trying to aim for something, but it just failed.
Pass from Gallagher into the feet of Havertz, and now Chelsea are away on the right-hand side. And Kennedy.
Go on, Kennedy!
He's got support from Havertz, who's going near post. Sterling far.
What? He tried to...
Such a crucial intervention.
I don't know what Kennedy was thinking there.
Now the Charlotte's turn to come forward. Shinyashiki.
Away, 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 away.
Now they're slow.
Away, away, away.
An hour gone, just one goal in it. Christian Pulisic striking on the half-hour mark. Saw 11 changes, 10 changes actually at half-time. All 10 outfield players switching over. Raheem Sterling is on the pitch, bottom of your screen now, making his very first.
Come on, Sterling, I want you to score.
Harrison Apple, the better of him on that
Away,
occasion.
away, away,
Himself
away.
has been around a bit. One of the most senior players in this side, 35-year-old.
What's just saying?
84
Not-
international caps for Ghana.
What's the thoughts on our signings? One's not too bad, and the other one we've yet to see what he can do. Yeah, one's on the pitch and the other. Yeah, Koulibaly, we don't even know when he's gonna play his first game. We'll have to wait and see. And Sterling, we're just gonna be patient. He's playing now, but yeah. And then Jules Kunde. Way Kimpembe. I'll take a Kimpembe.
Apple. Shinyashiki to his right back. Charlotte just enjoying a spell of possession. Now just over 2 weeks away from the start of the Premier League season. It's crazy how quickly it
Yeah,
goes
because
around.
it would have been 3 weeks in a normal season, but because of the World Cup, it's starting a week early.
Here, watching Ross Barkley heading that final goal of the
We have one, aka his name is Kai Havertz, which actually is not a bad striker when you think about it. Because if it wasn't for Kai Havertz, we wouldn't be in the Champions League.
McNeil. Now Apple. Shinyashiki into the infield run.
I'm just saying, in the most important games, he came up with the moments at the right time.
Charlotte will go back. Switch of play out to Vargas on that far side. Oh, Vargas still going.
Oh my God!
How close was that?
I got another question. Do you have a second team you support, like a Scottish team or like a lower league team?
It was deflected into his path.
Vargas uses the decoy on the outside.
Why I don't want to?
from an infield.
Why do I want to talk about a Scottish team when?
Is with the deflection.
If I want to say lower team, would be Chesterfield. That's National League. I don't call that lower league because we are top of the pyramid on that one. So,
Which they were given in the first half by the two pivots in midfield. Not
and that one,
nearly as much possession.
but
Former Derby County man Camille Joviak delivers. Shinyashiki. A decent effort there. Not sure how late Mendy saw it.
then due to family as a follow would be close second would be Arts due to family. That one. But we can't. That team can't even beat Preston North End with their hands side behind their back.
His left foot around it. Fancy Mendy on his near side to make the stop
Unfortunately.
as well.
McNeil stands over.
Oh, Arsenal. Oh, Man City now winning 2-1, and it was Kevin De Bruyne again.
shot.
And Arsenal are now 2-1 up, and it is Eddie Nketiah.
This young Chelsea rear guard.
Yeah, it took Arsenal 66 minutes to get back in front. It took them to 66 to try and get back in front from the 29th minute. So it took them a long time.
First thought, shot to push it aside.
This guy's put,
Chelsea
for F's sakes, how are Chelsea not winning like 3-0?
not only get out of their own half at the moment, but just hold on to
Yeah.
the ball.
We need to score more goals, but it's just this keeper.
Couple of seconds, straight back at them once more. And here's Kennedy, one-on-one in a foot race up against Joseph Mora. Against the
Kennedy!
That was a shame. There was a really good pass from Mason Mount.
Get the ball to Sterling. Let's see his magic that he does for City.
That one for
They used to do for City.
Probably better suited going into Kennedy's feet.
That's what I want.
Foot race with
Yeah.
Mora.
I want to see him do something.
Slightly better. Just need to get a little bit of possession, a bit of control back. The onus is, of course, Charlotte to get back into this game. Goal behind. Crowd demanding probably to see a goal for the home side. So
Go on, Chewy. Don't go backwards, go forwards.
well so far in the second half.
reverse ball from Ampadu into Havertz's feet. There he goes again, the German.
Go on, Havertz.
Rangy with his stride.
Oh, someone actually tried looking for Sterling, but they keep blocking it.
The first time he's got on the
Hey,
field.
yeah.
He's been a
Goes
spectator.
how are you? I'm doing well. Just want us to score more goals.
A little bit more ball. Needs to bowl. Initial bit of play there.
Second only. Scored last season, Kai Havertz.
Alex Sarr.
The corner's towards the
Oh, who got the header? No, please don't say that was Sarr with a header.
George Marks just grateful that
No, it was Chalobah.
the header was straight at him.
Ah. Yeah, or according to the commentators when he first played for us in the first team, it was Chalobah.
Involved in a bit of a tussle, so hard to generate excellent power.
Nathaniel, his brother. Who actually did win and played for Napoli for a season.
Ampadu.
Oh, okay. If you can't get to sleep, just watch some football.
Mount's try. There is that frustration creeping in, just trying to force things a bit too much.
Yeah, better pass into
So the other,
area though, and a good take. He does everything at such pace, Mason Mount. He turns
Mason Mount does do it at some
half an
pace.
hour. Just needed to slow down there and cushion it into his teammates' path, but
there we go. Everton lost 4-0.
it's the right thing, you know, punching it, get them moving quickly. Get it-
Everton, can you do that a lot during pre-season? Because we got to play you opening game.
Can't usually fault Mason Mount's decision making last season. Best goals and assists total.
Yeah,
Second most
best goals and
as well.
assists total, and still doesn't get Young Player of the Season, so they give it to Phil Foden.
16 assists. Not a bad tally.
Which Mason Mount literally ripped apart in stats.
Want to improve that this time round.
Come on, someone give the ball to Sterling so we can see what he can do.
Now, linking up with Sterling. Now Chilwell, the three England internationals.
Yeah, I'm just wanting to actually get the ball, and so we can see what he did when he was at City. He would go and run at a player and see what he can do. Now we're going back.
Mason Mount.
Yeah, it's their screen thing. It keeps going wrong all the time.
Real degree of sharpness even at this early stage of the new campaign. Involved.
Is someone here wanting to be a dickhead?
Every time he receives the ball so sharply. Such a
It's
major player for this side.
Well, he's an absolute
I've,
workhorse as well.
I've got someone on my stream that's saying, "Are you a fake Chelsea fan?"
And in the time since then, he's been travelling around, watching as
What?
much live sport as he can. Absolutely loves it, Mason Mount. Sarr. Sterling. Touched into Ampadu. He's looking for the run on Mount on that far side.
If you guys, oh, one guy here in the chat saying, if I'm a fake Chelsea fan, then why, if you're saying that, why am I wearing the shirt? A fake fan wouldn't be wearing it. He's basically saying you're a fake Chelsea fan. You don't lie. You support Rangers or Celtic. You're a fake Chelsea fan. I don't support Rangers or Celtic. I cannot stand them two clubs with an absolute passion.
Season, 12 months, so have to wait and see what happens. But certainly at the moment,
Now it's just someone who thinks I'm not a proper supporter of the club when I've got people that are actually who know I am. Because if I would, I wouldn't have paid the money I did to buy this shirt.
Leipzig in the Champions League, absolute cruiser. Champions League game against
Go on, Sterling! Oh, you connection cunt!
Unfortunately, the cross didn't match the run. Chelsea still on the front foot though. Gallagher to the feet of Mount.
The one time I wanted to see it, and it literally denied me watching Sterling do what he did at City. And it denied me because of the connection. What happens if you score from that? I'll be pissed. Oh, you connection can't!
Just overcooked his delivery on his left-hand side, unfortunately.
No, it didn't help with the. We wouldn't have all this issue if it wasn't for the game being delayed.
Colwell as well, of course, spent the season on loan at Huddersfield Town, 32 appearances for them. Oh, there might be an opportunity. And George Marks not raced off his line to grab that one. Kai Havertz looking to profit. Lots of discussion over.
We need to score more than a goal.
He's here today and he's got some defending to do.
Come on, Chelsea.
Does just enough up against Daniel Rios.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Rios is trying to.
Sterling, Chilwell. Sterling's open again. There's a run through the middle once more from Mason Mount.
Go on, Kennedy.
From him to pick out Kennedy on that right-hand side. He's gone for the return ball actually to make.
Go on, Mount. Oh! How? How is the keeper saving the most
Goalkeeper's been in impressive form since coming on.
exquisite saves?
That's excellent link-up play from Chelsea.
Yeah, Mount again, the catalyst. Invariably, he's getting that pass right. It was a nice return ball from Kennedy on the right-hand side. Takes it under his spell. Just couldn't get it towards the far corner. Goes straight down the goalkeeper's throat. Good save all the same.
Chilwell to deliver this time, out swinging. Chalobah was climbing. There'll be a break in play for a head injury. Jones who's down. Ghanaian born former US under-23 internationals who take another look at this opportunity here. Well picked out, wasn't he, Mason Mount?
Yeah, he's just trying to reverse that, isn't he?
It's just his keeper's an absolute annoyance.
Richie Batshuayi in the first half. A lovely little outside of the left foot stab pass from Kennedy. Nice take from Mason Mount. Again, he's been first class in the second half, leading by example.
More changes then in this second half as they look to keep everyone fresh for their next MLS game. trip to Toronto this weekend before they host Columbus Crew 7 days later. Then it's the small matter of playing against Wayne Rooney's DC United and Gareth Bale's LAFC in August, along with New York City FC and Orlando City as well. So some big games coming up for Charlotte. As beneficial as this match is for Chelsea, certainly have some value for the American side as well.
Pivotal stage of their season. Really surprised just how strong they've got.
Oh, Arsenal are 3-1 up now.
5 minutes really across the board.
Reece Nelson scored. Jesus Christ.
On the players that get ready for the game.
Yeah, I can hear you.
No problem at all.
Gallagher goes sliding in.
Oh, come on.
Fans inside the stadium tonight. MLS attendances have been limited to 30,000 in this stadium. So to get more than 50,000 is no mean feat.
That's a free kick, ref.
Yeah, that's just what Sterling does, isn't it?
Are you going to book any of these, or are you just a biased ref?
Yeah, a little look over his shoulder there as well. Just recognised that the space was on to drive into. He was wrong side to get anything on the ball, and as I said, Max able to win the
Oh, Kennedy!
Well, Kennedy's in again on the right-hand side. It's happened a few times. He lays it back for Gallagher.
Oh my God, that is pathetic.
Let's just seem to bobble it off the surface.
That's embarrassing.
He has to do better, but we'll see here that he's frustrated with the quality of the set from Kennedy. Feels like that's got too much pace on it, it's bobbling into him and he can't control his strike.
That's what he does though. Conor Gallagher arrives late. It's one of the things that Thomas Tuchel was asked about. Plenty of attention that Conor Gallagher has had, especially after getting those first England appearances under his belt, is whether he would fit into a Chelsea system. Tuchel said that he's been really, really impressed with him, especially the way that he's trained during this pre-season tour. But now for him, it's all about learning the way that Tuchel's philosophy works. Vital interception from Malang Sarr inside his own area at the other end.
But it doesn't help. But yeah, it doesn't. Yeah.
So the big men up from the back once more.
But it doesn't help. But every time we go forward, they put like the whole 11 go behind the ball.
Keep an eye on. Well, it's a free header in the end. Goodness me. Shinya Shiki should have done a lot better with that. All the time and space in the world, and heads wide.
Absolutely no one within 4 or 5 yards of him.
That why give him a free header? What an idiot!
Twice in succession that he's been able to get the first contact on a corner kick. Should have worked. Mendy at least. Best chance probably of the evening for them.
Oh, but we've not even seen what he did.
From the edge of the area, Ethan Ampadu's the player down.
I want to see the replay first to see how bad. Oh, it's the same person again! What a git! That person should not even be on the pitch.
To the ball from Kamil Joviak.
It's the same person that keeps doing dirty challenges, and he was holding a yellow card.
On the Wales international.
So how is that player still on the pitch? It's beyond me. So basically, this team should be down to 10. It just sounds like this referee is letting them get away with murder, but when we do something, it's a foul. It's a foul.
To the final 10 minutes then at North Carolina's Bank of America Stadium. Fewer chances in the second half.
Thank you very much.
Short of action
let's just have a peaceful. Yes, that's what I want, Cabby. I want a peaceful challenge. It's just we got two people on there that are just ruining the stream for everyone, and they're accusing me of supporting a club which I don't even support. I have family who are Hearts supporters, so why would I support Hibs? Oh, that's a ball! Sterling! Oh, Raheem!
Kennedy again.
Basically, they're rubbish at going forward, but as soon as we attack, all 11 go behind the ball and just defend like they're Brazil.
Should have made more of that, but wonderful approach play from Sterling. Also didn't end up with a shooting opportunity for Chelsea.
Another couple of substitutions for the hosts as they look to
Alright.
wrap everyone up in cotton wool. Harrison Afoul, one of the players leaving the field. One of the players coming on is Koa Santos. Very interesting backstory. Was born in Hawaii. He's looking to follow in the footsteps of Brian Ching to become one of a very elite group of Hawaiians to represent the US national side. Ching played 12 years in MLS, represented the US on 45 different occasions, scoring 11 goals in the process.
Okay.
Koa Santos will be happy if he even has a tenth of the career of that. Still only 22, the left back. 3 appearances for him this season.
Yeah, I'm a Chelsea fan. It's just, I mean, people who come into this chat and accuse me saying, oh, you're a Hibs fan and stuff like that. I would never support Hibs if I can't. I wouldn't dare support Hibs. They're saying you're a Rangers and Celtic fan. They're accusing me of supporting clubs I have never even supported in my life. I've been a Chelsea fan since I was 3 years old. I've supported Chelsea for plus 20 years. I supported Chelsea before Roman Abramovich came in. I supported Chelsea when we had a manager like Gianluca Vialli and Ruud Gullit. So it shows how long I've been a supporter.
Late kick-off away to Everton at Goodison Park. Then a huge London derby at home to Tottenham the following Sunday.
Come on, Chelsea. Go on, Sterling! Raheem! Raheem! Oh!
To the area and denied.
Oh, Raheem!
Outstretched leg, I think it was in the end.
Thank you very much. I highly appreciate all of you that have liked the stream. Thank you very much. I highly appreciate. The stream started a little bit later due to the fact that the match got delayed. Look, folks, if you guys can believe me, a guy's just commented, okay, Goyons, have fun supporting Hibs, when I don't support Hibs. I'm a Chelsea fan wearing a Chelsea shirt. I'm being accused of something that I am not, which I think is downright rude, disrespectful, and shouldn't be like this. If you're not careful, you are going to be hidden from this chat, so your messages cannot be seen. Hit the warnings, and stop now, and I won't do it. Come on, Chelsea.
Santos could his first few touches. Lays it across for Christian Macoun. And a very lively Kerwin Vargas. Going for the spectacular on that far side. Chelsea will mop that one up quite routinely.
Come on, Chelsea. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream.
I know you joked about Kai Havertz not having too much to do about 10 minutes after the restart. I haven't really seen anything of him at all since he's come on. Most of the play going in the wide areas. Charlotte, of course, having plenty of possession themselves. Must be quite frustrating and a bit of a lonely existence, but when you've got someone like Raheem Sterling behind you, you do need to be on your toes at all times.
Yeah, that was half a chance there. Sterling again using his body really intelligently, backing into Jozviak. Just tried that straight pass in between the two centre halves for Kai Havertz, but couldn't get on the ball once more.
It's funny, always seem to be impressed with Raheem Sterling.
Go on, Chelsea.
Too much of him, is there, in terms of stature? But he's so strong when he's on the ball and when he's shielding it in front of opponents.
Thank you very much.
I guess that comes from years of playing.
If you guys like the stream, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you are new to the channel.
That was a great example of that there.
87 minutes played. Chelsea 1, Charlotte FC 0.
Pre-match and tonight during the game about how easy it possibly will be for him to fit in and get up to speed quickly, but it's still a different coach, different methods, different way of playing. You know, it's quite, I would imagine, pretty unique playing under Pep Guardiola, the way that his Manchester City and his career has evolved. It's going to be vast differences the way Thomas Tuchel goes about things, so maybe you shouldn't take it for granted as such.
Into the closing stages.
Come on, Chelsea.
It's well read by Trevor Chalobah.
Go about
Run of his own.
90 seconds to go, including stoppage time.
A bit untidy in midfield. Charlotte have done well to retain possession through their left back Joseph Mora. He's actually been moved into midfield now, the Costa Rican.
Whoever said this was rubbish, you're downright disrespectful and rude.
Still time for a final change. Romero coming on. And this is
Come on,
a very
Chelsea.
talented youngster. Plenty of excitement around this young midfielder. United States under-17 international.
Whoever's likes the stream and you enjoyed yourself, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Some world-class opposition for the final stages of this game. Well, they've been excellent, haven't they, Sam? Now throughout the game, they've travelled in their thousands. More than 50,000 of them packed inside the stadium. Supporting not just their team, but Chelsea as well, travelling a long way to do so.
Yeah, a lot of supporters would have been so excited about seeing the Chelsea players, but they demanded a performance from their team as well.
Well, here's Romero.
No!
Slips of him, still going Romero. And it will be a penalty.
Fuck off!
It's a handball
Fuck off!
won by the youngster.
This referee is a robbing bastard!
Is the guilty party. An outstretched arm from him blocking the shot. And Charlotte handed a dramatic late opportunity to get an equaliser hit.
Yeah, thinking, pull the trigger, pull the trigger.
No! That is never a penalty in a million years. How is he meant to stop his arms from coming out if he's sliding? If he's sliding, how are your arms meant to be down by his side if you're sliding?
We are in the game right now. Yeah, his arms are away from his body. That's going to be given 9 times out of 10.
Fuck's sake.
But for the most part, last season, Kepa was the penalty shootout hero. And while Mendy has the opportunity to repeat his Africa Cup of Nations heroics against Rios. Three goals this season for Daniel Rios, Mexican striker. And this is where the mind games begin. See Mason Mount barking instructions behind Rios. So a chance to equalise right at the death for Charlotte. Rios delays. And picks his spot.
Yeah.
And does get the equaliser. And Mendy gets the right way. But there was enough power on it to send the fans inside this stadium wild. You can't say they haven't deserved it. They've put in a decent showing tonight, Charlotte. Had a few opportunities which they should have done better from. But they played their part.
It's been a brilliant atmosphere, and yeah, they wanted that goal. They demanded their team, tried to give them something to shout about. I've never known a delay like it, by the way. I think the referee was getting a little bit irritated by Rios's delaying tactics, and it's not right in the corner, but it's just about got enough pace, and it wraps the right foot around it. Mendy guesses right, but just can't quite get across.
Full time, Chelsea won, Charlotte won. We got robbed.
Means that at the end of Chelsea's second.
Yeah, we got robbed. The referee was making sure that we didn't get anything from this game. He tried helping them out, and we just got absolutely robbed. We got absolutely robbed in that game from start to finish. Like, subscribe, and the notification bell to post. I'll see you guys on Sunday for Chelsea versus Arsenal. I don't think it was a penalty either way, because how was he meant to have his hands down by his side if he's sliding? It's physically impossible. But it's just ridiculous. But like I said, you just got to go and get ready for Sunday's game against Arsenal. Like, subscribe to the notification, don't forget to hit post and ease. But also, Charlotte, we're not on top. We were the better team all game. People are just saying that because they're not Chelsea fans and they're just wanting to bounce on our misery because this is a shit team. They've only been around for 2 years and they're not going to win out by playing the way they were. Ha ha! Come and say that to me. And don't disrespect. And just to let you know, we drawed 1-1. Chalobah basically slid it and his arm was out like that. But how is he meant to stop it? How is he meant the ball not to hit him if he's sliding with his arms up? That's the only way you can slide. You can't slide with your arms down by your side. It's physically impossible. And even you could tell that referee was wanting to help Charlotte get something from this game. And we got robbed, and it was just that referee. That referee did make sure out of no circumstances that we were not going to get anything from this game.
terrific awareness from Christian Pulisic. I really admired the finish,
But I'll see you guys on Sunday for Chelsea vs Arsenal. Like, subscribe with the bell notification. Blue is the colour, and